today I want to take everyone with me while I do my barn chores. This was a recommendation actually from Shadow Bailey 565. So I bought this little headpiece. I'm going to walk around like a geek with this headpiece on while I do my morning chores. This is the basket we have at our house, and it has just tomato plants and different types of lettuce in it. So you can see we've been eating lots of the lettuce already. And yeah, hopefully it'll keep going all summer long. So let's head out to the barn. Hello. Hello. First up, the rooster pen, as these two fight over my head. Good morning. Oh, let me get the food. So Tweety and Sina are out. I put them out first every morning now. Just some plants on my planting table. First I'm gonna put the chickens out because there's 11 chickens in the coop waiting to come out in the morning. Gus is always first. Good morning, chickens. Good morning, everybody. Woo! Lots of energy in the morning. I really noticed that the colored birds we have, so the brown, the black, and this white one with the really red comb and wattles, they're the ones that are half regular chicken, half silky. They are so feral. Despite being raised, handled every day, they're very feral now that they're out in the bigger chicken enclosure. But yet these silky chicks, that's the rooster, and then the other two, I think they're roosters too, but I'm not quite sure. They're, yeah, so you can tell he's a rooster because he's pecking the other chickens. But these three are the ones that were, that we hatched this year, and the little black one we hatched this year. But these silkies are quite tame, like compared, I can't touch the half regular chicken ones, but yet I can kind of pet the silkies. But watch, if I try to touch this little blackbird. Oh, you made me a liar. I like it. Well, that was a first. Let's see if there's any eggs. Not yet. I'll take their water so I can clean it. I try to recycle water wherever I can. We're on a well and a cistern here. So if I have a chance to throw my old chicken water or old horse water onto a plant, and if I don't have a plant, I just throw it on the grass so that at least some sort of plant is benefiting with the extra water. Good morning. Good morning, boys. Good morning, chickies. So you can really see the difference between a quarter horse, what they need to eat for grain. They're very easy keepers. That's Snoopy's food. Versus a thoroughbred, that's Vinny's food. He's a very difficult keeper, so he requires quite a bit of grain. Vinny also has history of osteomyelitis in his jaw and fractured teeth. We're not quite sure how that happened, but I think he was about 4 when that happened. So I also bring warm water for his grain every morning and every night, just to make sure that it's easier for him to digest it. I'll come to you next, Lexi. Oh, look at you, you're covered in poop. Good morning. They were just brushed yesterday and look at them. Well, Snoopy anyway. Let's see Vinny. Vinny doesn't look too dirty. Oh yeah, I said you're next. You've still got food, Lexi. Good girl. I'll top it up fresh with your can of kibble. And I'll just let the chickens out. Good morning, Miss Peck Peck, Miss Feathery, and McKetty. Good morning. They'll free range about half the day until I put the two roosters, Tweety and Sign, out. And let's see. So this is Miss Peck Peck's eggs that we have here. So this is around 9 a.m. that I'm filming. We usually have 1 or 2 eggs now, and then a couple later in the day too. Looks like these plants don't really need the water, but I'm not gonna waste it anyway. Good morning, Lexi. Hello, beautiful girl. Good morning. Before we get into worms, we've got to let the horses out. Look at Snoopy's really angry. Are you annoyed, Snoopy, because I took 1 minute longer than I was supposed to? Eh? I do coat my horses in the spring, summer, and fall. I coat them with fly spray. I'm trying to think. This is not the one I actually buy. I'll show you the one I buy. Extend a Shield. If you look at the actual medical ingredients, or the active ingredients, I should say, they're exactly the same, but yet this Ultra Shield is so much more expensive than Extend a Shield. So I don't know what you guys can see, so I'll just tell you. Permethrin, 0.5. Permethrin, 0.5. Pyrethrins, 0.1. And this one is 0.1. And then the piperonyl butoxide, 1%. So they have the exactly same active ingredients. This one is significantly more expensive. I want to say that for the same size bottle, for this big or jug, the 4 liters I think is about $20 more if you're buying Ultra Shield. So I buy this. I used to buy this, but I just pour this into small bottles that I've had for other stuff. And that's a great money savings. Okay. So I do put fly masks on my horses. You can see they do get like the caca in their eyes in the mornings. But for right now, I'm not, just because it's a little bit cool today. Go back. So really there shouldn't be too many bugs. I'm just using the fly spray because I do use it every day. Snoopy, you didn't let me get you properly. I do not recommend that people, oh my gosh, that's why it was looking so bad on the video. I was zoomed right in. I do not recommend people spray their horses without a halter and without being on cross ties. But I've had my horses many, many years, and I know that they're safe for me. And I can take the risk with my own. And you can see how these handy stalls lead right out to the paddock. So although usually I do handle the horses with a halter every day, I can just put them right out if I want to. Into this paddock at least. Oh gosh, the chickens are still following me around. Hi, Vinny. For Vinny, I also put what are called bell boots on. He wears French shoes. So the bell boots help prevent, when he's running in the pasture, hopefully his back feet will hit the bell boot instead of pulling off his shoe if they were to connect. Good morning, Vinny. I don't spray into their eyes, but I spray over their ears if they're not gonna have a mask on. And although they do have a tail to swish bugs off, their tail obviously doesn't reach every area of their body. So the prime areas you want to focus on are neck, chest, under the belly, between the back legs, and the top of the back here. But I coat the entire horse just because I like having as much bug protection as possible. Hello! Snoopy tries to run into Vinny's stall because Vinny gets more grain and Vinny's grain is wet. Refilling the grain. Vinny gets finishing touch. That's just a really nice feed for their coats. Snoopy just gets a scoop of senior feed. He doesn't need grain. I only give him grain so he doesn't feel jealous that Vinny's getting grain. And then Vinny gets 2 liters of the senior feed. Yes, chickies, I hear you. I'm just gonna grab your water. Now it's time to get into scooping poop. Glorious kitty litter cleaning. The people that we got Lexi from said that she was going to the bathroom in their house, but yet as our barn cat, she uses her litter diligently. I was concerned that maybe she'd start peeing and pooing in the horse hay, which would obviously make it unusable, but she, as far as I can tell, she never has. All right, now, some people say clean your chicken coops once a week or once a month or something, depending how many chickens you have. I prefer just scooping a little bit out every day. I feel like it's more hygienic for the chickens, and it's more hygienic because the eggs aren't being laid on poo. So obviously that's a benefit. And excuse me, I'm out of breath because talking and doing my chores isn't something I'm used to. I'm usually doing my chores by myself. I know where my chickens tend to lay at night, so I like to dig a little hole for them just because, I don't know, that's what they do. So I'll just go around in the stall. This is not, I don't spend a whole lot of time, just a couple little scoops of the biggest poo. I scrape yesterday's grain to the end of the feed trough so that when I put the new feed, it doesn't have all little pieces of shavings in it. All right, quick and easy. What was that, 2 minutes? And now it's more sanitary for the chickens, more sanitary for the eggs as well. Just gonna do the same thing, scrape the feed one direction. I'll be back. We do have some mouse poop on here. These boxes, this one and this one, the chickens tend not to use, but I just have them for once the chicks are a little bit older and start wanting nesting baskets, if we do have any hen chicks. And then these last 3 baskets, I'm just gonna pick the poops out and then so once the poops are picked out, I'm just gonna dump that onto the floor. Our chicks tend to lay in this back corner over here. So I'll put the fresh bedding in the corner. I do not change the bottom bedding every single day. But I'll be back with some fresh bedding for the nesting boxes that my chickens do use. Hello, everybody. Are you coming around hoping for worms this morning? Good morning. And you can see the silkies are all close to me and the other chickens, the colored ones, are further away. Hello, chickie. I buy these clucking good mealworms. That's why the chickens always come up to me, because I do give them little bits of worms as a treat. I think the recommendation for these mealworms is like a tablespoon per chicken per day. I just give what I feel like giving. Here. I'll come in here. Whoa! Oh, something. Oh, they must have the basket tipped. Okay. Chickies, here's their worms. Come here, chickies. Do you hear how Gus calls all the other chickens over? He found good food. Here, we'll spread a little bit around so everybody gets a little bit. But I do like to stay around while they're having their little bits of worms so that they get used to me giving them treats, and then that way they want to come near me more often. Look. I'll give this little bit to Tweety and Sina when I take their food. So you hear the noise the roosters make when they get a special treat? I don't know if you can see them there. Oh, Miss Feathery's here again. All right. Their food is refilled, their water's good because I just filled it last night. Good girl. Come on, girls. Hello, ladies. Come on out here for your treat. Okay. I'll try to give them a small pet while they're eating. They don't like it. These chickens aren't as tame. Like I said, the silkies are the most tame. Miss Feathery's pretty good. Lexi's keeping an eye on things. She's so good. She doesn't hurt the chickens. So you see how the rooster watches over the hens, but he doesn't greedily take their food. To some people, it might look mean that I'm petting the chickens instead of letting them enjoy the food, but I just like to do that because I feel like it's safer if they're used to being handled just a little bit. That way, if they have an injury or if there's a predator around and I need them to come to me really quickly, they do have a little bit of domestication. And yes, I realize a lot of what I do in the barn seems very ridiculous now that I'm on video talking about it, but it works. Usually I'm by myself when I'm doing the barn. By myself meaning no humans, but always an animal with me. Like I've got Lexi getting her petting in while I'm sitting on the floor with the chickens. She's a good kitty cat, aren't you, Lexi? You're such a good girl. You're all good. All right, chickens, I'm going to move on with my barn chores. Yes, McKetty, you have to get a petting sometimes too. Look at him, he's disgusted that I've touched him. Wow, their feathers are really coming in. Hello, chicks. I clean the little chick house every day, but my goodness, with 11 chicks in there, it sure does get dirty again quickly. Chicken food, I'll scrape it to one side. Just scrape off a bit of it, looks pretty gross. We've only had the chickens for 3 years, so I'm not a super chicken expert. So I don't know why people would buy the unmedicated feed. It is cheaper. Okay. So the food's back in. Try to pick up each chick once. Hello, chickie. Sometimes it's hard to tell which chick you've had and which chick you haven't had. Oh. Looks like this one's been getting pecked at. Oh. I hope you're okay. Are you getting bullied? I don't like that. I'll have to keep an eye, and this one might need to go into isolation. Because once a chick has blood... Oh, this one has been picked on too. Oh. What's going on? We have a bully in the mix, don't we? Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. That's the dark feathers coming in. I thought it was blood. That's their new feathers coming in. It's not blood. Well, that's a relief. Once I do the waters, they'll have water in there as well. Right now, I'm just not at that phase of my chores yet. Woo! Hello. Oh, there's my favorite little chickie poo. Come on out if you want, Cheapy. Go ahead. Pulvite is used just to add vitamins to the chicks' diet. I think it's recommended the first couple days of life, and these chicks are, I don't even know, about 2 or 3 weeks old. But I thought a little longer won't hurt them, because if you ever have a chicken that's not doing well, it's recommended that you add the Pulvite to their water to help them recover from their illnesses and to build the proper nutrients back up. So my chicks will keep getting it just till the bag's done. This one bag is $6.99 at my feed store here in Canada. All right, chicks, excuse me. I don't want to move. Thank you, chickies. Okay. For right now, I'll shut the water off. I don't fill the horses' water buckets yet. I prefer to clean the stalls first so that none of the dust from me cleaning the stalls gets into the water buckets. Here. Now it's time to get started on the stalls. I think today I'll put the lights on. One unfortunate mistake we made when we built our barn is that we put the lights in first and added the fans. So when the fans are on, the light is like a strobe light. So you kind of have to choose if you want the lights or the fan. And I think I'm picking the lights just because I am doing the video today. Right now they're full day out on the grass. Hi, Snoop. But I still bring them in at night because, like I said, they have that little bit of diarrhea. I don't want to transition them too quickly and make them sick. So I still lock them in with a bit of hay at night. But they are not eating. Like, I leave them just one flake of hay and they're not eating it because it just doesn't taste good after eating that fresh grass. And the reason I'm so picky about the pee coming out every day, some people say, oh, you can leave it and it provides cushioning. But it has a lot of ammonia. So in addition to it being a disgusting practice, it's also bad for their respiratory health. So I don't like that theory at all. And I will continue to clean my stalls and take out every last bit of pee that I can see. Because that's gross and unhealthy. Our stalls have matting, rubber mats, and then I usually bed quite deep, like usually about that much with bedding. And we have a fan in each stall. Clean water that's fresh and clean. The buckets are changed and rinsed every single day. And that's because, like I said, I don't love having animals in cages, but it's surprising how often my horses, like once I finish cleaning up here, I'll have these doors open and so the horses can come in and out. It's surprising how much they like to stay inside their stalls throughout the day. They take several nap breaks. In the summertime, I'll leave the doors open once the horses have adjusted to the grass. I'll leave the door open 24/7, unless there's a thunderstorm. And usually in the daytime, the horses stay in their stalls, and then at night they go outside to avoid the heat. So just kind of interesting that domestic animals do become domesticated and find comfort in their stalls, or like I kind of consider a stall a cage, but it's somewhere they do feel safe and comfortable. Okay, that stall's done. These chickens can go anywhere on our property. There's, it's a sand area. The paddocks are like meadows right now with long, comfortable grass, but yet they're laying on gravel under the trampoline. The raspberry patch and our apple trees. This year the farmer spread the manure into the field for us, so that was so nice of him. So our pile's just tiny right now. Our horses get Timothy alfalfa hay. Right now, like I'm willing to give them as much hay as they'll eat, but right now I'm only giving them 1 flake a day because they're barely even eating that 1 flake a day. It's nice, good hay, mold-free, dust-free, beautiful hay. But like I said, the grass steals any glory of eating and they just don't want the hay. I'll open these doors up. You'll see Snoopy coming. He'll come right away to try to lick Vinny's feed bucket like I mentioned. Hi, Snoopy. Hi. Hi, buddy. Sorry, it's already washed. Whoa, 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 whoa. So outside of their stalls, I have about a 10-foot, maybe a bit more, 10-foot stone area. Not so comfortable for them to walk on that little bit of stone, but in the mushier months, at least I have so much less of a problem with mud coming into the barn. This is how dirty their water is after just 1 day. I changed it and scrubbed it yesterday. So what I'll do is I'll get my watering can, I'll take all this water over to the vegetable garden and water with it. And then I'll scrub and refill this bucket so that they have a big fresh pail outside. And I'll also do their indoor waters. I'll come in this side because Snoopy won't be happy that I'm carrying a big rake. My phone battery is about to die. Look how cute. So I'm gonna fill the water buckets, sweep, and that'll be our video for today. I appreciate everyone taking the time to come and watch me do chores. So when I miss premieres early in the morning, this is why. Typically my videos come out at 10 a.m. my time, but they're pre-scheduled to upload at that time. It's not that I'm actually uploading them at that time. I have them set to release then. I'll fill this up now. Usually in the daytime they do drink that big bucket outside, but I'll check this water when they come in at night, refill it, just to make sure they have enough to get through the night. Shut that water off. And I'm gonna leave the video here for today because I think my battery is so degraded. My daughter's at school, so I do want to have a couple bars left. Oh, look how cute that one is looking up. I do want to have enough bars left so that if the school calls, I have enough to talk to them. That's it for today. So thanks a lot for joining and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.